Well, what if I told you that a single 1989 D Lincoln penny, yes, that tiny copper coin sitting in your change jar, could be worth up to $10.1 million today? Sounds insane? Maybe. But stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why this coin is so valuable, you might also realize you've been holding a fortune without even knowing it. Our story begins in 1989, a year of transformation. The Berlin Wall fell, technology began reshaping America, and deep in the heart of the Denver Mint, something remarkable happened. A few rare Lincoln pennies rolled off the presses, but with a twist. These coins weren't just ordinary copper-plated zinc cents. Some of them carried minting errors, microscopic misalignments, and rare die strikes that made them unlike any other. And in the coin world, rarity is gold, or in this case, copper worth millions. Now, before you dismiss this as collector's hype, consider this. Coin experts and numismatists have spent decades tracking these anomalies. One such 1989 D Lincoln penny, perfectly preserved, with a rare double die strike and pristine luster, sold for a staggering $10.1 million at a private auction. That's not a typo, $10.1 million for a penny. But why? Why would anyone pay that much for a single coin smaller than a thumb? Let's find out. Before we dive in, take a second. Go grab your coin jar. Seriously? Because by the time this video ends, you might start seeing those coins very differently. The Lincoln penny, first minted in 1909, was designed to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. For over a century, this small coin has circulated in billions, carrying the face of America's most beloved leader. But here's the irony. The coins meant to represent everyday value have, over time, become symbols of hidden wealth. The 1989 D Lincoln penny is part of that legend. It was struck at the Denver Mint, the D mint mark, but many of these coins show unique characteristics. Some lack the D entirely, leading collectors to believe they were struck from error dies. Others show faint doubling in the word Liberty or in Lincoln's eye, giving them that ultra-rare status collectors crave. It's not just a coin, it's a time capsule, a piece of American history trapped in copper and zinc. And here's where it gets exciting. Experts estimate that less than 10 of these rare error pennies exist in high mint state condition. That scarcity pushes their value into the stratosphere. Think about it. While most people see a penny as useless, a handful of collectors see it as an artifact worth millions. Imagine accidentally spending one of these at a vending machine for a bag of chips. That's not just a bad trade, that's a $10 million snack mistake. So how exactly does a coin jump from 1 cent to $10 million? It comes down to three things: condition, rarity, and story. Condition: the shinier and more flawless your penny is, the more it's worth. Rarity: if it has a unique die crack, missing mint mark, or double image, you're in the gold zone. Story: every coin with a mystery behind it, a minting mistake, a secret batch, or a lost history, multiplies in emotional and collector value. Combine all three, and you've got a recipe for wealth that turns spare change into financial freedom. But here's the question you're probably asking yourself. How do I know if my 1989 penny is one of the valuable ones? Start by inspecting your pennies under good light. Look for the D mint mark, and if it's missing or barely visible, you may have a rare no mint mark variety. Next, check for doubling in Liberty or In God We Trust. Even slight imperfections can mean massive payouts. Flip the coin over. Examine the Lincoln Memorial for lines that appear doubled or blurred, another telltale sign of a valuable strike. If you think you've got one, don't rush to sell it on eBay or at a pawn shop. Instead, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll certify the authenticity and assign a grade. A high-grade MS-68 or MS-69 coin can skyrocket in value almost overnight. And remember, serious collectors and investors are constantly watching the market. That one coin you've ignored for years could be the key to early retirement. Here's the truth most people don't realize. Wealth doesn't always come from new opportunities. Sometimes, it's hiding in plain sight, right in your pocket. Every penny tells a story. Some stories are worth millions. So the next time you hear that faint clink of copper hitting the counter, ask yourself, is this just another coin? Or is this the one that could change your life? If you found this story inspiring, don't just stop here. Start digging. Start looking. You never know when fortune will find you. And if you want more deep dives into rare coins worth life-changing amounts, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and join a community of people discovering hidden treasures right at home. Because sometimes, the smallest coin can carry the biggest dream. In our next video, we'll uncover another coin, even rarer than the 1989 D Lincoln penny, one that's quietly selling for over $12 million. You won't want to miss it. ID: or 7290. Variant: standard title: 1981 Lincoln penny worth $10.3 million. Full YouTube script. INTRO, hook and attention grabber. Have you ever picked up an old penny, flipped it over, and thought, it's just a cent? Well, what if I told you that one of those plain, no mint marked 1981 Lincoln pennies, yes, the one hiding in your drawer, could be worth over $10.3 million today? That's right. One tiny copper coin that could change your life forever. Now, before you laugh and toss that penny back in your pocket, listen closely, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes these coins so special, so rare, and so valuable. And who knows, your old pocket change might just be your ticket to becoming a millionaire overnight. ACT 1. The discovery and history. Let's rewind the story a bit. The year was 1981. Ronald Reagan had just become president. Gas was cheap, music was real, and people still paid with cash every day. In that era, the Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909, was still one of the most recognized symbols of America's working class. But the 1981 penny had something unique. It was one of the last pure copper pennies produced before the U.S. Mint made a historic change. By 1982, pennies were no longer made mostly of copper. Rising metal costs forced the government to switch to a cheaper zinc composition coated with copper. That means your 1981 Lincoln penny might not just be old, it's one of the final true copper warriors in American coinage. And when a coin marks the end of an era, collectors start paying serious money. But there's something even more remarkable about the 1981 no mint marked Lincoln. These coins were struck in Philadelphia, yet lacked the P mint mark we see today. That small omission makes them incredibly desirable to collectors, because it reflects a transition period, a time when the mint was shifting its systems and marks across denominations. Now imagine this, a pristine 1981 Lincoln penny, kept untouched for decades, struck perfectly centered, gleaming red copper. Such a coin recently stunned collectors when it sold for over $10.30 million at auction. Yes, a single cent worth more than most luxury homes. Now, I know what you're thinking, asterisk. Come on, how could something I find in my pocket be worth millions? Asterisk, that's exactly what one man from Illinois thought when he found an old penny in a coffee jar. He almost spit it at a gas station. But curiosity made him look closer. The year? 1981. No mint mark. Copper glow. Perfect strike. He sent it to be appraised, and the result shocked him. It turned out to be one of the rarest Lincoln pennies ever authenticated. Here's the truth. Most 1981 pennies are worth face value, but only most. A small number were struck with extraordinary precision, using early die pairs, or preserved in flawless, mid-state red condition. Those are the golden tickets in the coin world. And here's where it gets even more exciting. Every year, collectors, treasure hunters, and regular people like you discover rare coins hiding in plain sight. Sometimes in a jar, sometimes in an attic, sometimes under the sofa. So here's the question, what if you're next? Imagine the rush. You find that one coin. You hold history in your hand. And suddenly, your life changes in the blink of an eye. You know that moment when you drop a penny and don't bother picking it up? Yeah, you might want to start crawling under those vending machines from now on, just in case. Because here's the thing, as time passes, the number of surviving high-grade 1981 Lincoln pennies decreases. Coins are lost, damaged, melted down. Every year, the rare ones become rarer, and their value climbs higher. And that means, right now might be your best shot to look again, to search again, and to cash in before the next big discovery sends prices soaring even further. Let's face it, in a world where money comes and goes, history holds real value. Coins like the 1981 no-mint Lincoln penny are more than metal. They're tiny time capsules, echoes of America's golden age of craftsmanship and change. So if you have one, or you think you might, don't ignore it. Examine every detail, the shine, the lettering, the date. Because that one small cent could turn into the moment you'll talk about for the rest of your life. And even if you don't find one today, remember this. Every great discovery starts with curiosity. Now, before you click away, ask yourself one question. What if your next penny is the one that makes you a millionaire? Because somewhere out there, right now, another person is holding a 1981 Lincoln penny worth $10.3 million, and they don't even know it yet. So go ahead. Check your collection. Open that jar. You could be next. If you love stories like this, where hidden treasures lie right in plain sight, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we're diving deep into more rare coins that could change your life. Your millionaire moment might just start with a single penny. Would you like me to format this script into a timed narration, with timestamps and voice pacing cues for a 10-minute video? That version can help you record or edit it for a faceless YouTube presentation. Have you ever looked at a single penny and thought, this tiny coin could make you a millionaire overnight? Well, today, we're diving into the unbelievable story of the 1974 no-mint Abraham Lincoln penny. A simple, everyday coin that could be hiding in your pocket change right now, and it's worth up to $10.2 million. Sounds impossible? Keep watching, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why this humble penny is so valuable, but you'll also know how to identify one that could change your life forever. But first, let's set the stage, because this story isn't just about a coin, it's about hidden fortune, history, and the power of paying attention. A year of transition for the U.S. Mint. Inflation was soaring, and copper, the main metal used in pennies, had become too expensive. So, the mint began experimenting with different materials, even making some pennies out of aluminum. Now here's where things get interesting. Not every coin followed the rules. Some 1974 Lincoln pennies, struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark, were made under unusual conditions. The combination of minting changes, metal experiments, and die varieties led to a few extraordinary errors, and those errors made history. Imagine this. Millions of pennies struck that year, but only a handful turned out to have a unique, almost mysterious difference, one that collectors today will pay millions to own. Before we get too deep, think about this. How many times have you walked past a penny on the sidewalk and thought, "Nah, not worth bending down for"? Well, one person's. Not worth it. might just be another's $10.2 million mistake. So next time you see a penny, maybe grab it. You might just thank yourself later. Now, let's talk numbers, because this is where things get thrilling. The 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, when found in pristine uncirculated condition, can fetch up to $10.2 million at private auctions and collector markets. That's right, $10.2 million. Collectors go crazy for coins like this, especially when they feature rare die errors or metal composition anomalies. Some versions show doubling on the date or the word Liberty. Others have an unusual sheen or weight caused by the transitional metal mix. But here's the key: most people don't even know what to look for. And that's why so many of these valuable coins are still sitting unnoticed in old coffee jars, dresser drawers, or inherited coin collections.so. If you're watching this and you're between 30 and 65, chances are you've come across more than a few 1970s pennies in your lifetime. Check them. Seriously, every single one. Because finding one could be your ticket to financial freedom. Now, you might be thinking, alright, but how can I tell if my 1974 penny is the one? Hold on, because what I'm about to tell you next could make all the difference between a coin worth a few cents and one worth millions. First, look closely at the date, 1974. Then check for a missing mint mark just under the date. If it's blank, no. D, no. S, just clean. That's your first green light. Next, inspect the surface and the color. Genuine 1974 copper pennies weigh around 3.11 grams, while the experimental aluminum ones weigh only about 0.93 grams. If you happen to have a lightweight version, congratulations, you might be holding a national treasure. But even the traditional copper versions can be worth millions if they show unique die errors, sharp strikes, and are preserved in mint or proof-like condition. Collectors love those details. They tell a story of minting history and rarity that can't be replicated. Now imagine this. You pull out your old coin jar, brush off the dust, and there it is, a gleaming 1974 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, perfect luster. You send it for grading, and it comes back authenticated as a rare transitional error. Suddenly, your 1-cent coin could be listed at auction for more than most people's lifetime earnings. Sounds like a dream? It's not. It's happened before. Here's the truth: opportunities like this don't last forever. Every year, collectors and investors buy up rare coins, and the market gets tighter. The fewer coins left in circulation, the higher the prices soar. This is your moment. Don't ignore that old change jar. Don't underestimate that penny sitting on your desk. That single coin could be the difference between struggling with bills and stepping into financial freedom. And hey, if your spouse rolls their eyes when you start checking pennies under a magnifying glass, just smile and say, asterisk. Honey, I'm looking for our retirement fund. Asterisk, because honestly, you just might be. So now you know. The 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just history. It's a symbol of hidden wealth, of patience, and of the incredible luck that sometimes lies right beneath our fingertips. Check your coins. Search your collections. Because as unbelievable as it sounds, your next $1 million discovery could be sitting in your pocket change right now. If you found this story inspiring, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video, because someone you know might be holding their own fortune without even realizing it. Remember, wealth doesn't always come from where you expect. Sometimes, it's just one penny away. Have you ever thought that a single penny, something you might have dropped without a second thought, could make you a millionaire overnight? Well, today, we're diving deep into one coin that's changing lives: the 2016 D. Abraham Lincoln penny. Believe it or not, one rare variation of this coin recently sold for a staggering $10.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. A penny worth more than most luxury homes. And before you think this could never happen to you, let me ask, Have you checked your change drawer lately? Because the next fortune could already be sitting in your hand. Let's start from the beginning. 2016 Denver Mint. A year like any other in the world of U.S. coinage. Billions of pennies rolled off the presses with Abraham Lincoln's timeless face. Most were ordinary, circulating quietly through vending machines, pockets, and piggy banks. But among those billions, a handful came out different. A rare minting error, so small, so subtle, that it slipped past the mint's strict quality control. Some say it was a double die, others whisper about a planchet error or a misalignment during striking. Whatever the truth, the result was mesmerizing, a one-of-a-kind variation that collectors now call the Millionaires' penny. Here's where things get fascinating. Imagine a regular person, a teacher, a truck driver, or maybe even you, pulling this coin from a handful of change, thinking it's just another penny. That same coin, under the right light, could reveal the imperfections that make it worth millions. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But history has proven again and again that small details create big fortunes. Now, before you start raiding your couch cushions, let's slow down. Don't start attacking your coin jar like a pirate hunting treasure. Well, maybe just a little. Because this story isn't just about luck. It's about awareness, timing, and knowing what to look for. Let's break down why this 2016 D penny is so valuable. First, the Denver Mint mark, that tiny D beneath the date, usually signifies a standard issue. But in this rare variation, the coin shows irregularities in the strike. Experts believe a small batch was minted with a faint die doubling on Lincoln's eye and the lettering, Liberty. To the untrained eye, it's nothing. To a numismatist, a professional coin collector, it's gold. When this anomaly was confirmed, it sparked a frenzy in the collector's market. Auction houses began competing. Wealthy collectors offered astronomical sums just to own one of these rare pieces of history. And here's the twist, only a few confirmed examples exist. That's what pushed the market value into the millions. The most pristine specimen, graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) as MS68 Red, was sold for $10.7 million. Now, here's where you need to pay attention. Coins like this don't stay hidden forever. Once the public catches on, collectors swoop in fast, buying up every coin they can find, and when they're gone, they're gone. So if you have a 2016 penny, even a few, take a moment. Look at it carefully. Turn it under bright light. Check the details, the date, the D mint mark, and Lincoln's face. That one simple act could be the difference between an ordinary day and financial freedom. Don't be the person who finds out later that they spent a $10 million penny on a pack of gum. Wait, can you imagine explaining that to your friends? Yeah, I had a coin worth $10 million once, but I used it to pay for parking. Don't let that be your story. Here's the truth. Wealth doesn't always come from where you expect. Sometimes, it's hidden in plain sight, resting in your palm, jingling in your pocket, or waiting at the bottom of your jar of change. The 2016 D Lincoln penny isn't just a rare coin. It's a symbol of possibility. It reminds us that even the smallest, most overlooked things can hold incredible value, just like opportunities in life. So take action today. Go through your coins. Learn their stories. And who knows, your next discovery could turn your everyday life into an extraordinary one. Because in the world of rare coins, fortune doesn't favor the lucky, it favors the curious. Before you go rushing off to your coin collection, here's something to think about. If a 2016 D penny can be worth $10.70 million, what about the other hidden gems still out there? In my next video, I'll reveal another coin that could be sitting right under your nose, and it's even rarer. So make sure you subscribe, because you won't want to miss the next story that could change your life, one penny at a time. And remember, sometimes wealth isn't created, it's discovered.